Okay, magandang gabi po sa inyo lahat. Welcome to SEA Games Diaries. Today is Friday, May 12, 2023. Usog lang tayo ng isang araw. May 12 po ngayon. So, nakaisang linggo na po magmula nung nag-open ang Southeast Asian Games. Pero tuloy-tuloy pa rin yung pagtanggap ng ating mga panayam sa ating mga medalists, lalo na yung mga nakakuha po ng gintong medalya. And for this evening, we have the pleasure to be with us, the 5th gold medalist of the Phnom Penh Games, one of the 2 gold medalists from karate this year's edition of the Bayanihan Meets from the kata event ng karate. Welcome po natin ulit for the second time si Ms. Sakura Alforte. Sakura, konnichiwa and konbawa to you. Welcome to Sports Corner PH.
Thank you for having me today.
All right, and congratulations on your, let's say, another spectacular gold medal finish, this time in the Southeast Asian Games. It's the third in a row, actually, because you have won also the ASEAN Karate Championships and the Karate One Premier Series in Spain. Let's talk about more in a bit, but first of all, thank you nga pala because you actually use our photos of our ace photographer, Sir Francis, during the ASEAN Karate Championships, and we're so glad that you have won 3 gold medals in a span of weeks, a couple of weeks, yeah, which ended with another gold in the Southeast Asian Games. But for now, kumusta na po kayo? Right after the SEA Games, you're back home and glad that you have won the gold medal in stunning fashion after your failed try, last year in some competitions.
Right now I feel great because it's after all of the hectic schedule, all the trainings, all the preparation for competitions. It's been a really busy month for me. And now that I'm back in Manila after the SEA Games, it's settled down a bit. But I plan to go back to training after a few days and then moving forward towards the next competition.
Okay, si Sakura, the last time was that I interviewed you, I talked and checked to you, was in November, where you won the bronze medal in the World Championship. And now you're back with 3 gold medals in your neck. But before the SEA Games, you were participated in 2 major tournaments, as I mentioned earlier, one of which is the ASEAN Karate Championship. So you won the gold in Puerto Paro Kababayans. And subsequently, you have also won the gold in the Karate One Youth League in Spain, where when you beaten another Filipina in Lani Permiñano, who is now part of the Swiss national team. Tell us your sentiments on how do you pair on those pre-SEA Games tournaments, the ASEAN Karate, and of course yung Karate One Youth League, that help you na makuha mo yung tamang kondisyon and to reach at the peak before the SEA Games itself.
I'm really glad that I was able to, of course, represent the country, represent the Philippines. And it's been a few years since I started representing the country. And it's now that I was finally able to bring back a gold medal for our countrymen. So this is one thing that I'm really proud of at the moment. And I think that both these competitions, the Southeast Asian Karate Championships and the Youth League in Spain, these 2 championships also help me boost my confidence so that I can do my best in the SEA Games.
Okay, as I said earlier, during the Youth League, you faced Lani Permiñano, a fellow Swiss karateka. What was on the what were your do you amaze on your performance and even Lani Pers as well?
One thing that I thought before the fight itself was that Filipino pride. Both of us are Filipinos, but we are representing different countries, but still Filipinos. So this is one thing that the Philippine karate community should be proud of. That in such a world scale level competition, the 2 on the top, the 2 that rose to the top were both Filipinas. And regardless of the result, I think that's one thing that I was really happy about, that Filipino representation in the karate world is becoming more seen, by the whole karate community.
Okay, looking at days before the SEA Games, those tournaments actually serves as a springboard, knowing that you have preparedness, readiness to face the Southeast Asian rivals, and to enhance and adjust your routines and techniques there, and the usual proper conditioning to further be ready for your Southeast Asian Games appearance there.
Yes, I think that it became a touch up for me. It helped every competition I compete in. I can evaluate myself more, and then from there I can tweak my performance. I can see where I have to fix if I want to get a higher score. I think that's one of the beauty of kata, where even if you are not fighting against the other countries directly, you are fighting against yourself, and you're constantly looking for places on where you can improve on. And yes, the Southeast Asian Karate Championships, as well as the competition in Spain, they helped me fix on what I should do before the SEA Games.
Okay, while other teammates, in particular the women's team of Kata, were in Japan to train, where are you trained in between those tournaments, the ASEAN and of course yung Youth League? And how is it different compared to those preparations in your past competitions last year and in during the pandemic?
Currently I'm based in Tokyo, so that is where I spent most of my competition trainings for the past 3 years. And there's not much of a big difference between the previous years and now. But I think one big difference that I have right now is that I was able to become more exposed in different competitions.
Okay, what are your mentors' advices to strengthen and of course to keeping you in touch in those techniques that you will be using and to plan ahead for the competition?
My coaches have told me that within a span of a few weeks, I was able to gain more power in my techniques, but not just power, but more stability in my stances, which was something that I wasn't really the best on. So I think that while I will start polishing my strengths, my good aspects, I would also like to start fixing and like adding more stability to my kata. And I feel like if once I add more stability, then my strengths will be standing out some more.
What about in the mental aspect? Did you take some adjustments nga pala in your mental health side?
For the mental side, I actually had no plans since as an athlete, this is something that I am used to experiencing, this kind of nervousness, pressure. All of these are not something new to me. Except what is new is that this is my first games competition, and that in the games, I think that everyone's determination is different than the usual competition.
Okay, just a clarification. This is your first or second pa lang na stint sa Southeast Asian Games?
This is my first time in the Southeast Asian Games.
Okay, this is your debut appearance in the biennial meet, and what a great way to start your SEA Games stint with a bag. So, what were your thoughts that you are getting this opportunity to play in one of the top level Southeast Asian competitions where Team Pilipinas in karate all medals in the past, especially even in the 2019 edition of the games that was held in Manila?
I think it's a really special thing to get a gold medal in foreign soil and not just on the home ground. Of course, getting a gold medal in the home ground is another kind of pride. And one thing I'm really proud of is that For the women's kata in the SEA Games, it's actually Philippines' first gold medal in 30 years. And yes, I am glad that the hard work is finally paying off, and I will make sure that this gold medal streak will still continue.
Okay, let's go now to your assessment from the match. Somewhat, it's a good effort and a near flawless routine to notch the first of the two goals of the Kalate Pilipinas in the Southeast Asian Games. A remarkable first in women's kata after a long time. Tell us how challenging it was to be competed in Cambodia with the pressure coming on, mental blocks there, and the other competitors are looking to salvage too the medals that are in stake.
Um, the kata level in Southeast Asia is very high because if you look at the Asian Karate Championships, you can see that those who are fighting at the top in the Southeast Asian level are also fighting at the top in the Asian level, which shows that the Southeast Asia has a really high kata level. And I think it's really challenging to be able to fight amongst the top players in the SEA Games.
Okay, diretso naman tayo dito sa finals kung saan dethrone mo yung defending champion na si Nguyen Thi Puong of Vietnam to win the much coveted gold medal with a score of 40.8 to 40.2. Tell us what is your technique that you have used in the finals. Describe the feeling that you gain confidence, boost your morale inside the court, and eventually struck the country's fifth gold medal out of 30 golds as of posting a broadcast time in the games last Saturday.
There was a pressure that I had to compete for the gold since there were many high officials that were watching at the stage area. And I tried to ignore the fact that many people were watching me and that I was at stake for the gold medal. So I only focused on myself and for a good performance. I try to think that if I do a good performance, then the result will follow. So I don't have to think about winning the gold, but just doing good.
And what is the technique that you have used for this event, for this finals in particular?
For the finals, I used the kata called Ohandai, and it is one of the katas that I use frequently in the recent competitions.
Okay, that was also the technique that you have used also in the two competitions
Yeah.
that you won the gold. And what was the top of your mind when you handed out the medal? And after a few seconds, you sang the national anthem with all your art for the third time, for the let's say fifth time probably in the competition, and you added a gold in our medal tally for the Cambodia SEA Games.
So standing at the top of the podium and then hearing the national anthem being played and then the flag going up was something that I think I will remember for a long time. I was at a loss for words, except that I remember feeling pride that I was able to raise the Philippine flag with my performance.
And it's great to know, Sakura, you are one of the top contributors in the 2 golds, 6 silver, and 8 bronze medal all of Karate Pilipinas. A far cry from the last year's edition in Hanoi, Vietnam, where did they not won any single gold medal there. During the Phnom Penh meet, ito nangyari yung 2 golds, 6 silver, and 8 bronze medal all. But unfortunately, some of your teammates have gone through circumstances and heartbreaking and emotional endings to their SEA Games journey, like Juna Chuki, who settled for a silver after a controversial loss there over a Malaysian rival. Did you talk to Juna regarding this controversial loss? And of course, parang na-inspire ka lalo para na makabawi naman siya in the next competitions that she will probably join.
I think the whole team has understands what she goes through, and not just her, but many of us went to the finals and yet we still ended up short in winning the gold medal, which is still a good feat. It's still something to be proud of, to be able to reach the gold medal match. Just that they were still, it was just there. It's not enough. So I think that's one of the frustrations that the team are feeling right now. In addition to performing really well compared to last year. And yes, we've had many meetings, we've had many talks with our coaches, with our teammates, and I think that right now our team is more motivated than ever to
Oh,
perform well in the Asian Championships.
okay. Aside from you, in the men's kata, Joko Vasquez won the bronze medal, and it's great to know that Joko is actually playing in and of course studying in Toronto, Canada, where he's studied there in college. So did you also amazed with what Joko's impressive showing there in the men's kata?
Um, it was not surprising that he was able to perform well, since we all know that he is able to do it. But what was really, I mean, I think it was a shared pain for all of the kata players, is that we knew that Joko can go for more. He can get better. So while we are happy with getting a medal, we know that he was able to get a better medal, and that Joko is still has more potential to go even higher.
Okay, probably this is your first of many SEA Games appearances. At the age of 18, you won the gold that you will be cherished and delighted on. All the hard work, sacrifices, blood, sweat, and tears were paid off, and the redeem mission was completed. I'm sure there's some things that we'll ponder on in the next competition. So what are you look forward to after the SEA Games? What is the next competition lineup for Sakura?
Actually, I'm 20 years old.
2020, sorry.
So yes. So after the SEA Games, I'm looking forward to the Asian Championships and the Asian Games. And there's actually many competitions lined up in the karate calendar, including beach games, indoor martial arts games, and the World Championships. I know that not all of them are really decided if Philippines will send a team or not. But for now, our focus is the Asian Championships, which is going to be in, if I'm not mistaken, July.
Okay, so while doing the Southeast Asian Games, you're also doing some extra term or extra work in your studies in Japan as well. How's life being a student athlete while doing training for the SEA Games?
I think it was very fulfilling, since I am working hard in studies and then working hard in karate at the same time. So I am able to do many things at once, not just focusing on one thing or the other, which is the main reason why I entered Waseda University, where they're known for top level of academics as well as top level in sports in Japan. So yes, it is a very fulfilling life, and it's something that I am eager to continue.
Okay, and of course, for my last question, any aspirations for you, Sakura, as you continue your career now? Now that you have succeeded in your first Southeast Asian Games stint, and there's more to come along the way. The next edition will be in 2025, so it's a daunting task for you to defend the gold medal there in Thailand.
Yes. I would like to continue this way while raising my level of karate, and along the way, I would like to compete in many different competitions, not just hosted by karate federations, but also more Olympic hosted competitions, like more games. And it was a really fun experience. So I would like to continue um, having more fun while competing more in these kinds of competitions. Yes.
All right. Thank you so much, Sakura, for taking us the time. And of course, thank you for your trust and confidence to us to feature you in our page. I'm so glad also that one of our pictures of our Kuya Francis was also featured in a short time in Tiebreaker Times, an article by Tiebreaker Times.
Yes.
And of course, before we wrap it up, let's do our photo op as usual. Thumbs up po tayo and smile. 1, 2, 3. Okay. So Sakura, kanino i-dedicate mo yung panalo nyo, and of course, your closing remarks and your message also to the remaining Filipino athletes that are looking to salvage medals in the Southeast Asian Games. Your thank you message to all of them.
Yes. I would like to dedicate this medal to the Philippine karate community, Karate Filipinas, PSC, POC for supporting the athletes. But most especially, I would like to dedicate this medal to my coaches, friends, and family, because without them, I wouldn't be able to move forward, and they were my source of motivation in working harder. So thank you very much.
And of course, the message nga pala for the other athletes competing in the SEA Games as we are closing down the SEA Games by Wednesday.
For other athletes competing for the Philippines, I wish you luck. And of course, our voices of support will always be sent towards you. We will include you um, in our wishes. And yes, we are behind you 100%. So just give it your all and do your best.
Okay, Sakura, thank you again for gracing your lovely presence here on Sports Corner PH. And of course, thank you for supporting with us throughout our day-by-day operations journey, yeah, to cover all sports. I'm sure all our athletes are, and of course the mental potentials are really motivated and to give all the best and their efforts to raise the flag and to win the much coveted medal in Cambodia as we headed to the conclusion of the Southeast Asian Games. Congratulations, more power to you. God bless, and we're truly proud of you. Bye-bye po. Maraming salamat po. Ingat.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.